Well, Bed Wars is at it again with a new update. This is now the Valentine's Day update of Bed Wars, and we can see that they added 2 new skins, did a couple balance changes, and added a new item. Going over the skins first, we see that they added 2 of them, the Farmer Cletus and the Baker skin. Now, going to the bad. The Farmer Cletus skin is a boring reskin. They just made it round. It doesn't look good. It looks bad and boring, but as for the Baker skin, those eyes, man, it looks so derpy and hilarious. It looks like a good skin. This is something I would actually buy, but I'm broke. I'm a broke boy, and maybe who knows, we might see EasyGG make skins cost bad coins. Hey, what's the dog doing? Hey, yo! Okay, so moving on to the items now, we have the new item called the Ladder, which I don't know why they added this. It seems just like a waste of money. I feel like the target audience for this would be, kind of like new players, not very good at the game. I mean, first of all, just blocking up is more economically viable and it's cheaper. It's also faster, a lot faster, because you can just use a macro and just hold down on that thing. You just go flying up. I know in Minecraft Bed Wars that they do use ladders for bed defense, but this isn't Minecraft Bed Wars. We live in completely different worlds. There's no crossbows or siege TNT, like things like that. And clearly in Minecraft Bed Wars, there's the ridiculous and absurdity that we do have in Roblox Bed Wars, which is why I really love this game, because it's just so crazy. It's pretty intense. It's got all sorts of wacky things. So if you're watching this, do yourself a favor and don't buy the ladder. Unless if you're just trolling people, then buy the ladder. Moving on. I mean, I guess Bed Wars knew that the general public, they didn't like it. They did not like what happened to bed plating. And what did they do? They buffed the bed health. That's right, they buffed the health. So now, instead of breaking it in 2 hits, it still takes 2 hits. You didn't buff it hard enough. Clearly, EasyGG did not know what they were doing. This is just fan service. These are crocodile tears. Bed Wars, their devs, $100,000 salary, twiddling their thumbs, and not doing anything about it. And we have sweats running around and terrorizing little children. So if you're new and watching this video, and you don't know how to defend your bed, you should watch my Bed Defense 101 video. Next up is the free kits of the week, and well, we actually have a good rotation. Basically every kit here, is everyone's cup of tea. So we have Archer. It's a really nice kit. Honestly, probably one of the best range kits, because you can get a crossbow so much earlier. That 1 emerald actually goes a far way, because that's 1 less emerald on the crossbow, and 1 more emerald going to the headhunter, which is pretty good. And also, they did do a buff on the Archer recently, by increasing the damage a bit. So now the crossbow almost does the same amount of headhunter damage when you hit a body shot. Pretty crazy. Next up is Lucia. I was playing a couple matches with this one, and the economy is really good, honestly. And there's not much you can go wrong with this. Baker's okay. It's like, if you want to play like Minecraft, that's what Baker's for. The Notch Apple's the main outstanding thing, because you can just tank 1 trillion hits given that you don't fall into the void. You're just immortal. So extremely useful. And also, if you want to be a alpha, lone wolf, sigma male, Anthony Spade dragon, Zurot is also up if you're rank 20 and above. So, all pretty fun kits. I recommend that you rotate, play around with all of them. Okay, now for the nerfs and buffs. For the nerfs, I'm gonna say it. The Umeko nerf, I didn't notice it much. The only times I really did notice it was when I was base camping and I had to throw these chakrams. Now they move pretty slowly now. This makes predicting their path a little difficult, and I'm still learning this. But, I mean, I'm still winning my matches, so is it a nerf? Not too bad of a nerf. It's pretty good. The main takeaway though is a knockback. I remember being able to knock people like 2 blocks back just with the iron chakram, and it was insanely good at territory and defending. So yeah, they use their IQs, they use their brains. the Bed Wars devs, they use their brains. Now, the quote-unquote Jade buff. Is it really a buff? Because in my testing, the Jade just travels way far. Like, it doesn't go that far anymore. And the directional movement? Who's the target audience? It just makes the kit a lot worse, because now you have to hold up the hammer for the entire way. Because instead of applying one big burst of energy at the beginning, it applies little bursts of energy over a long period of time. So you can't get that quick speed anymore. It's the kit's what? It's not movement anymore, it's just, they lowered the skill ceiling, and the kit's not that good. And I know a lot of people outraged by this. Zeurot. Now, this kit just kinda got a rework. Honestly, it's not too overpowered. I guess you could get the Dragon Sigma Lone Wolf form earlier, but it runs out twice as quick now, but it builds up twice as quick. So I think this is actually a decent rework, not too much of a buff, because even though it runs out quicker, you have more opportunities to use it, so it becomes far less situational. So honestly, we'll see how it plays out. I don't think anyone cares about this one, because no one plays Zeurot. I don't know which dev decided to splurge all over the code and just completely add 20% armor penetration. I mean, these are anti-feats. We have the devs pulling decent IQ moves to them just doing whatever this is, and showcasing how big their chicken nugget brain is. Cause now Vulkan does like some crazy damage, like 8 damage to iron armor, which is ridiculous. You could just put a Vulkan in front of someone's base, terrorize them. What are you doing? These devs, negative IQ. Now on to Cletus. So, before the buff, Cletus was a pretty good economic kit. It was pretty good. It did need a buff, but they decided to buff it. So this is what Cletus is capable after. So yeah, they just doubled the throughput. The snowball effect now happens much quicker, because they made melons grow quicker, and they also made melon seeds cheaper for some reason. They could have just done one, but they did both. I mean, yeah, 0 IQ devs. And the rest are just minuscule, like, I don't know, nobody uses Grove. I've seen like, probably like 2 Groves in the past hundreds of hours of me playing Bed Wars, so really no one likes that kit, and I don't know why they chose to rework. Maybe a buff will bring that kit back. But that basically wraps up today's a little analysis on the new updates. I'll see you next Friday. And please don't camp on